Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Content and Narrative. We are looking at The Possession of Mr. Cave. Now, this by Matt Haig, sorry. So Matt Haig is a very good author, and I will review further books on his, but I have, like, the books that I've read from him, like Humans, How to Stop Time, The Midnight Library. I've reviewed The Midnight Library on my channel, but it's been that long I genuinely can't remember what happened in it, whereas I've read this one quite recently. But oh my god, this book. So it starts off with Mr. Cave. His wife is dead and his son dies, and so then he just becomes obsessive about keeping his little girl safe. And his little girl was a twin with the son, and he is becoming possessive over his daughter, to the point where sometimes he feels like his son is acting out through him. But that's not even the possession part. The possession part is he wants to possess his daughter to make sure that she is safe and she cannot come to any harm and everything. And even though his mother-in-law is going, you need to back off, you need to give her some space. And at one point she lets the daughter come round for her birthday with a friend and goes, right, off you go. But then the dad had followed the daughter to his mother-in-law's place, saw her go out, follows her to the club. Like, literally, it angered me so freaking much. Like, it genuinely made me so mad. And you know what? I think that's what Matt Haig was trying to do. Because it makes you, obviously, if you're a parent, and I'm not a parent, but if you're a parent, you're probably sat there going, right, well, so like some of the rationalization that he uses, you're probably going to be using or have used with your children in the past. But like, from a point of view, I was like, you are literally killing your child. Like, it's not even like he's not poisoning her, but he is making her less of a person by monitoring her every move, by basically controlling who she can see, by controlling where she goes, by controlling what her hobbies are, by essentially being there and following her. Like, there's a bit at the end that makes him realize that he has gone too far. And when that happens, like when it happens and it's like a climactic event and who he thinks the target is not the target, and what he does is unforgivable, and that's when he kind of realizes that, you know, he may have gone too far. But honestly, I had to keep putting it down because the rage I was feeling, and it's like, it's fine, you can try and protect your kids, but honestly, like, you've got to let them become people. You've got to let them become their own versions of themselves. And when you're stifling them and they can't breathe, they are going to act out in ways that maybe they wouldn't have done. Like, she has lost her mum. She has lost her twin brother. And now she's basically being told she can't go anywhere. She can't do anything. Like, he follows her into fields. He follows her after school. And it's like, if that behaviour was not your father, they would be locked up. But my belief was, if that behaviour even is your parent, you should be locked up. Absolutely not acceptable. And I think it was such good writing, because the thing is, though, so this whole thing is just told as he is writing it to his daughter. So he is writing this whole thing to his daughter and explaining what's happened, explaining everything that has gone before, explaining his rationalizations behind it. And I was like, again, and and that I think like it was a very unusual way of telling the story, but I think that's why I was maybe a little bit more annoyed than normal, is because sometimes you don't deserve, as a parent, to tell your child why you did what you did. You shouldn't have done it. It's as simple as that. We are not here to parent you. We are not here to forgive you for your mistakes. We are here to be our own people. And the fact that he is writing this, obviously, you know, the character Mr. Cave is writing this to give to his daughter to explain all his actions. Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. And I feel like, I'm like, that will destroy her even more, because, like, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, the fact that it elicited such a great response from me and such a visceral response from me, please go and read this book. Like, Matt Haig is a talented storyteller, like, absolutely talented. I don't think I've read a single book by his that I haven't enjoyed. So please, please, please go out and give it a read. And you tell me in the comments whether or not you think I'm just being completely irrational. And you tell me as well whether or not you think he was right in writing all of this for his daughter to read, or whether or not you think I'm being irrational. But do you know what I mean? It's just one of those that, like, as you reach a certain point in your life, you're like, really? You're a grown-ass man. Like, back off. But again, I can only say it from me being a child. And again, I'm now 30 years old. Like, I have not been a child in a very, very long time. But I do think you need to give this a go. I think you need to go out and you just need to add Matt Haig to your library, honestly. And as I said, I've reviewed the Midnight Library on this channel before, so please go back and watch that video and definitely reread it and let me know if you have read the Midnight Library, because that will break you. But he somehow manages to get visceral reactions from me every time I read his books. So maybe I should do it when I'm on a less hormonal area. But again, thank you guys, as I say every week, you know, thank you for your support, thank you for your likes, thank you for your views, thank you for getting it out there, and just sharing it and sharing my love of books as well, because it's so good to be able to share a passion with somebody. I mean, like with my passion with photography, I've got my platform for that as well, so it's great when you sharing that passion and people are sharing it back to you. It just makes the world go round. So click subscribe so you're alerted when a new video comes out, although they pretty much come out every Friday at 5 o'clock. So, you know, just enjoy and let me know if there's any books that you'd like me to review. So thank you very much, and remember to always keep it contento.